Well, seems like it didn't work. But anyway, I don't even know what time it is, but yeah, 32. Yes. Yeah. Well, perhaps I shouldn't continue. Yeah. Well, I can actually remember the answer, sort of. And she answered. There's actually two conversations, and the other one is just even more messy, and that's just weird. It's the trolling, sort of troll. I don't know what. It's not even a good word for it. Trolling. It just sounds. Men yes, that's just god dag yxskaft som vi säger på svenska. As we say in Swedish, like it's just like what am I even talking to? Am I talking to a door or a lamp? I mean, it's just like, wow, you just throw something and what you get back is just like, what? So I started to think that maybe it's a person with like sort of an IQ of 77 or something. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, this supposedly girl that's 28, is the swing is going very fort. She's happened to be 28 as well, and she answered. I think she answered, "Nice meeting you, dear." I was like, no, and that's just. There's so many things that's just odd, like. It's like, dear. What should I answer to that? Honey, I'm home, or what? What's the? Yeah, I don't know. One thing if that person was a person that I could actually think would write that, but when it's obviously sort of written in that way, consciously, it's just, yeah, you get those sort of damaged childhood brains vibes, which are like, one way of it is to feel as sort of you want to help the person. On the other hand, you don't want to be dragged down, and it's just like, for me it's now, it just feels as if it's interesting conversation, interesting experimentation. I mean, on many levels. Is it the real person that she 28 claims to be, or is she just a he? But I guess we don't know our genders today. No, I shouldn't be. Shouldn't say so. I am. Regarding that discussion, though, just to switch topic, I can understand people like who can't choose gender or something like that. I mean, but I do think it is something that's. I don't think that's a sign. I do think it's a sign of. Of well, a less stern society, perhaps, in some ways, that makes us not forced into gender roles, but that cultural force that have been sort of a heritage, had served a biological function to foster us in. I think that's an English word, at least that's how we express this in Swedish, to sort of mold us into the appropriate biological sort of actions or behaviors. And I mean, I do think like that sort of push cultural psychological push that people feel is very uncomfortable when it comes to these issues. Like, for example, you don't want to be pushed with that sensation and stuff. That push in itself, I think, is something that triggers a biological action in the brain or in the body that perhaps, I don't know, produces hormones or just makes that person into the gender that it was biologically, don't get me wrong, but supposed to be. And I don't say it's bad that we have that stern cultural sort of demand is lessened or diminished, but it could be more damaging than it's good. And my guess is that we still need it, but we have to have a much more sophisticated way of dealing with it, because some people might never get into sort of, what should we call it, classical man or classical women, but and maybe it's more pain associated for them in their life, not development, if they're forced to something that won't fit them. So the free expression of yourself and doing whatever you want, I mean, yeah, as long as it's good for yourself. But I mean, a child that wants to do everything, I mean, not all things that a child wants to do is good, and you have to sort of, yeah, direct them. So it's another discussion, and that's very deep, and I don't have more time and patience for that this evening. But I'm very happy I bumped into it, because it's an amazing topic and worth amazing. It's interesting as heck. It's really, yeah. And on top of that, it is embarrassing and unworthy to not speak about it more in public discussion. Those who are just I don't know. It's anyway. I think I will wrap it up. Bye.